Edward Mason was once a name that echoed in every corner of the business world. A self-made billionaire by 40, he owned luxury hotels, real estate towers, and a fleet of cars that never saw the same road twice. People bowed to him, smiled at him, and agreed with everything he said. But behind their smiles were hidden motives, and Edward never noticed. His life revolved around meetings, money, and pride. He often said, "Kindness doesn't build empires, strategy does." He believed emotions were for the weak. Then, one rainy morning, everything collapsed. His business partner, whom he trusted like a brother, betrayed him, stealing millions and leaving the company drowning in debt. The media tore him apart. Investors pulled out. Within months, Edward Mason, once the king of his empire, became a man with nothing but regret and humiliation. He sold his mansion, his cars, everything he could to pay off debts. By the end of the year, he was left with only a few $100s and a heart heavy with bitterness. With no family and no friends willing to help, he left the city, hoping to find some peace away from the noise of failure. After days of wandering, hungry and tired, Edward found himself in a quiet countryside village. His expensive shoes were ruined by mud, and his designer coat looked out of place among the simple people working the fields.
Edward.
As he walked along a dirt path, he collapsed near a small farmhouse. A middle-aged farmer named Thomas saw him lying there and ran over. "See, are you all right?" Thomas asked, helping him up. "I just need some water," Edward mumbled weakly. Without hesitation, Thomas brought him inside, gave him water, and shared a meal, freshly baked bread and vegetable soup. Edward was embarrassed to accept charity from a stranger. "You don't even know me," he said quietly. Thomas smiled. "I don't need to. You're a human being. That's enough." For the first time in years, Edward felt warmth that wasn't from success. It was from genuine kindness. Over the next few days, Edward stayed in Thomas's small wooden house. There was no internet, no luxury, no servants, only hard work and simple living. Yet every morning, Thomas woke with a smile. He ploughed the fields, fed his animals, and thanked God before every meal. His wife, Mary, and 2 children were cheerful despite their modest life. They shared stories, laughter, and respect. Edward couldn't understand it. "You work so hard every day," he said one evening, "and yet you seem happier than any millionaire I've ever met." Thomas looked at him thoughtfully. "Happiness isn't about how much we own," he said. "It's about how much peace we feel when we wake up each morning." Those words hit Edward like a hammer. He remembered all his sleepless nights, the pressure, the greed, the emptiness that followed every deal. He had everything, yet never felt peace. Days turned into weeks. Edward helped Thomas in the fields, learning how to plant seeds, care for animals, and live without expecting anything in return. One day, Thomas noticed Edward staring into the sunset. "You think too much," he said kindly. "What's on your mind?" "I used to be rich," Edward confessed. "I thought money was everything. I crushed people's dreams to grow my own. And now I have nothing." Thomas smiled. "Then maybe God took away your wealth to give you something greater, understanding." He continued, "Look at this soil. When we plant a seed, it must first break before it can grow. Maybe your life had to break too, so something new could grow from it." Edward felt tears well up in his eyes. In that moment, he realized that true wisdom didn't come from boardrooms or business schools. It came from life, humility, and people like Thomas. Months later, Edward decided to stay in the village longer. He helped Thomas improve his small farm, using his knowledge to create better irrigation, build a storage shed, and start selling produce to nearby towns. The farm grew, and so did Edward's peace of mind. He no longer wore suits or checked stock prices. He laughed, worked, and found joy in the simplest things: morning sun, family meals, and honest work. One afternoon, a car pulled up at the farm. It was an old associate from the city. "Edward Mason," the man exclaimed, "that we've been looking for you. There's a new business opportunity. People want you back." Edward smiled politely. "Thank you, but I already have a business here." He pointed at the fields. "This land grows food and peace. That's worth more than any empire." As the car drove away, Thomas placed a hand on Edward's shoulder. "You found your real wealth," he said softly. Edward nodded. "Yes, I finally did." Moral of the story: true success isn't measured by what we own, but by the peace we carry in our hearts. Sometimes life takes everything away, not to punish us, but to teach us what truly matters.